Cosmic Girl 101 signing on for the Sagittarius Rising Astrology for the month of July 2024. Let's have a look at the slower moving transits of some planets first before we get into the nitty gritty. So we have Uranus still direct in the sign of Taurus, your sixth house, and goes into retrograde on September 1st. Jupiter's currently transiting in the sign of Gemini, its detriment sign, in direct motion, which is your seventh house, Sagittarius rising, and goes retrograde on October 9. As a Sagittarius rising, Jupiter is the lord of your astrological chart. So wherever Jupiter is transiting and the house that it's transiting through is going to be quite significant to you. So think about the seventh house topic, Sagittarius rising, your ruling planet being in that house. The house of joy, the house of pleasure, the house of marriage, partners, relationships, contracts, agreements, and associations that we connect with. This is the house where we put a ring on it, we sign on the dotted line, we commit because we feel that there's something beneficial for us through someone or something else. So because Jupiter is your ruling planet in that seventh house, you are very aware how you have a lot to do with other people and other relationships, and you may be very heightened when Jupiter's in detriment in the sign of Gemini transiting your seventh house about what it is and what your sense is of pleasure and enjoyment. Pluto is currently retrograde in Aquarius. This is your third house, Sagittarius rising, and on September 1st it's going to ingress through a retrograde motion in the sign of Capricorn, your second house. Saturn's currently retrograding in Pisces, your fourth house. Saturn only started its retrograde in your fourth house on the 29th of June 2024. So fairly new transit for Saturn going into a retrograde in that fourth house, going back over things, opportunities to redirect, recalibrate, rebalance things in the fourth house. And it goes direct on November 15. And on July 2nd, Neptune's going into a retrograde in your fourth house as well of Pisces and goes direct on December 7. So Sagittarius rising, for you, you've got two outer planets that are very slow movers transiting your fourth house. So again, the fourth house is your home, your sanctuary, what is solid, where you go to retreat. It's the physical home, the environment. It has a lot to do with ancestry, families, parents, parenting, real estate and property concerns. So those two slow planets retrograding here in the fourth house will be a very interesting transit for you in let's go over things and let's see what's working and what's not so we can eliminate distraction, get on top of more structure connected to the fourth house topics. On the 5th of July, there is a new moon occurring in the sign of Cancer, your 8th house. So you are ready to initiate a new beginning either with someone or autonomously regarding your finances and assets. So you're ready to begin something here connected to your resource house. On July 21st, we've got the full moon in Capricorn in its detriment sign. And this is your second house. Now, Saturn is the dispositor of this full moon, currently retrograding in that fourth house of Pisces for you. And Saturn is sextiling the moon in the second house of Capricorn. This is where you may need to be a little bit more detached, a little bit more aware of the necessary realities of your situation connected to your finances, your possessions and assets, with the home and your family environment. Opening up the month of July, the sun is continuing its transit through the sign of Cancer, your 8th house of finances and assets. And the sun is all about creating life force, looking at things, what's enjoyable, what do we need to give more time and energy towards. And for you, it's your 8th house of resources, assets, your investments, and your partners or partnerships connected to your sense of support financially. On July 22nd to August 22nd, the sun is going to be ingressing into the sign of Leo, and it's its own home sign, its domicile ruler. So the sun can do some things quite organically in the sign of Leo. And for you as a Sagittarius rising, this is your 9th house. So something lit up here and life force coming to the surface for you in regards to the 9th house topics of your spiritual practices. Do you want to start a course? Do you want to get in touch with a guru or a teacher and learn something about the spiritual philosophical aspects of yourself? Or you may be just really drawn towards all occult and esoteric subjects at this time when the sun is transiting in the 9th house in that very strong sign of Leo, which is about being proud, what we enjoy. And this is what you may be considering or just navel gazing about, your spiritual and philosophical aspects of your life. Now, the 9th house topics are plenty, if you will, and also is connected to media and publishing, international and foreign connections, your travel house, also to do with legalities, institutions, higher education. And this is where we want to connect with different cultures and diverse peoples, if you will, and being a lot more open to learn about different places on our planet or about different practices in regards to cultural subjects or, again, spiritual subjects. It's a very strong transit for you. Now, your 9th house trines your 1st house, so I think you're going to be enjoying all of these topics when you've got that strong Sun in Leo transiting for 4 weeks for you as a Sag rising from July 22nd to August 22nd. Now, Mars, opening up the month of July, is continuing his transit in the sign of Taurus, in its detriment sign, your 6th house. The 6th house has a lot going on, like all the houses do, but topically we're talking about work and services that you provide to other people. It's where you connect with co-workers, your immediate environment, what you do daily through your work, also to do with pets and sickness and illness, looking at your health, your physical body as well. These are the subjects of the 6th house. So Mars transiting through here, well, I don't know, Sagittarius, how has Mars been for you? Have you felt sluggish, like it's a slow grind? You need to re-strategize, restructure things in those 6th house topics. This is what could be a little bit of a nuance for you in trying to get things moving, but unable to because of the topics of the 6th house. So a difficult transit. On the 15th of July, Mars is going to be conjuncting Uranus in that 6th house. I've already uploaded on the Cosmic Girl 101 YouTube channel a separate video about this Mars-Uranus conjunction on the day of the 15th of July 2024. So you may want to go back and have a look at that video or listen. But for you, you can expect something quite strong occurring in that 6th house that sets you off in a new trajectory. So it could be as simple as eliminating a barrier that has felt jarring for you, connected to the 6th house topics of work, sickness, illness, working, what you do on the day-to-day. It might be the medicine you need to break out of a rut with the 6th house of just feeling sluggish and that things aren't taking traction. The 20th of July, we see Mars ingressing into Gemini, where Jupiter is currently transiting in your ruling planet in the 7th house. And this transit lasts until the 4th of September. So Mars stepping into the 7th house is where there could be a lot of passion, action, and acceleration of energy, if you will, that can feel like you are in more conflict with other people or relationships, or feel like I want to have joy and pleasure connected to others, but I'm feeling like I need to honestly analyze what is way too much. There's too many options. I need to narrow in regards to understanding what's working, what's not in the 7th house. And Mars can just be the medicine you need to eliminate distractions, have the conversations, or just have some real passionate moments with significant partnerships. On the 21st of July, Mars is trining retrograde Pluto in Aquarius, your third house. So the seventh house and the third house in a trine with two very quite rambunctious and powerful planets being Mars and Pluto in an easier aspect because it's a trine aspect. This is an interesting day. Not only is it the full moon, which is a very lit day energetically, if you will, but that Mars and Pluto coming together in an easier aspect from your third and your seventh house, Sagittarius rising, just feels like it's got a potentially let's sign on the dotted line feeling and seal a deal that has possibly been weighing on you, or you've been in conflict about something connected to the third house of your everyday environment. Where you frequent daily. It's like, you travel to work every day, or you catch the same train or bus every day, go to the same coffee house. The third house is all very busy on the day-to-day. And connected to the seventh house of relationships, pleasure, contracts and agreements, looks as if something's landing in your environment, or the consideration of signing on the dotted line that feels powerful. You feel strongly towards. So yeah, quite a dynamic day with that trine from two very powerful planets, and again on the day of the full moon, no less. The 25th of July, we see Mars sextiling the Sun, 9th house and 7th house in a sextile, Sagittarius rising. And that 9th house trines your first house, the 7th house opposes your first house, and the 9th and 7th house sextiles. So you have passionate movement, or it's obvious that something in the body is changing, that could feel conflictual, or you're struggling with something, but it's a necessary action that needs to be taken. Could have a lot to do with your spiritual beliefs or a legal aspect of your experience as well. But a Sun-Mars, sextile is strong. Like, this feels passionate and strong, and let's get going. It has to happen on this day. So an interesting day, Sagittarius rising on the 25th of July for you. Planet Mercury has been transiting your 8th house, being Cancer, and on July 2nd ingresses into Leo, that 9th house. Now, Mercury in the 9th can have you open to very diverse options and conversations, can see you taking action on the 9th house topics that feel like you're going to be learning or educating yourself. You're ready to engage and put yourself out there a little more, because Leo's a very public, very proud, bold sign. So you may be ready to speak more and communicate more, interact more than you have for a little while when you've got that Mercury transiting in proud, loud Leo. On the 8th of July, Mercury is sextiling your planet Jupiter in Gemini, which is Mercury's sign, and this is your 7th house again. So you've got 9th and 7th house really intimately connected in the month of July, Sagittarius rising. So when Mercury is sextiling your ruling planet Jupiter, something is easier to understand and digest. If there's documents or red tape that needs to be looked at, you've got the time and the patience to go over things with a fine-tooth comb, look at the data analytics, but it's an easier day to get on top of any mental work that you may not have wanted to address. It just looks like a positive day to let's get things moving, and could have a lot to do with the partnership as well. 21st of July, Mercury squares Uranus and Taurus. So this is as if there's not the available energy connected to having a conversation or having data or paperwork available, and you just could feel like I'm ready to take action on my future, but because Mercury is squaring that Uranus, it's like hard to get something going or accelerated, or there could be a need to go back over something that feels frustrating connected to the ninth house topics and his sixth house of work, health, sickness, co-workers, services that you provide. Just a difficult day, and no less. The 21st of July is the day of that full moon as well. On July 25, we've got Mercury ingressing into its exaltation and domicile sign of Virgo. And this is your 10th house, Sagittarius rising, until the 4th of August. Purifying your public image, being aware that you are needed to be more engaged with your work. So a lot of pressure to, be more streamlined with communication, what you're doing, how you express yourself in the 10th house of Virgo. And don't throw the baby out with the bathwater in regards to a career path or feel frustrated about something that's going on with your employment situation. Mercury here can help you sift through what's working and what's not, and could have a lot of financial stress attached to it. It's like, am I earning enough money? Do I have enough resources? And you may be ready to discuss a raise or discuss a recalibration connected to the communication style of other people that influence your professional life. When you need to talk about your actual resources, this could be a helpful transit. Planet Venus has been transiting in Cancer, your 8th house, and opening up the month of July is still in that 8th house. And on the 8th of July is sextiling Uranus and Taurus, your 6th house. And this is Venus's sign. So Venus likes to be able to do Venusian things organically. So when we've got a sextile, which is very Venusian, this is a great day for signing on the dotted line with an asset or an investment or a partner as well. This could see like a lucrative contract become available with your work or services that you provide to other people. Breaking through a physical barrier to do with your health or some sort of physical health issue. This looks like a favorable day for a green light, or this is the day that we start a new health regime that feels empowering. I like the 8th of July, Sagittarius rising for you, for something starting that's going to really open up your future in a very positive way, connected to your 6th house. On the 11th of July until August 4th, Venus is going to transit Leo, your 9th house. Again, we've got this 9th house lit up, and now Venus is here where you connect with relationships. We're looking at the resources and the finances connected to the 9th house topics of international and foreign connection, institutions, higher education, legal aspects of our lives, spiritual and philosophical aspects of our experiences as well. Looking at travel, media, publishing. Venus here is helpful, so enjoy this transit. If you feel like you need to connect with the people, this is when they come on board, or you've got financial opportunities connected to the 9th house of travel and connecting and opening up your cultural space. The 21st of July, Venus is sextiling your planet Jupiter in Gemini, and this is the two benefics coming together in a sextile. So your 7th house and 9th house here. This looks really good for planning a future holiday with a partner or planning an international pilgrimage, if you will, or you connect and sign on the dotted line to start a course with someone, or you're committing to a media or publishing works. A legal situation seems to be more favorable on this day if you're involved with any, if at all. A great day, and again, no less, the day of that full moon. Cosmic Girl 101 signing off. Thanks for tuning in, Sagittarius rising, to your July 2024 astrology video. I trust you have a good month, and I'll catch you next time.